All right, everybody, we're moving on to bag J of the NB48 2.0 build. This is going to be the start of the steering rack. A lot of these steering rack parts are new. The rack on this car has different geometry to match the spindles and the caster blocks. So we've got a new steering rack itself, new arms, new servo saver, and all the components obviously that go with that. These steering links have been revised a little bit, as we talked about with the front camera link and the rear camera link being much freer. Same concept with the steering links. So not too incredibly much going on with this to explain. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it built, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. Again, if you have any questions, reach out on our social media accounts or reach out to me personally, and we'll get them answered as soon as possible. Thanks. All right, guys, bag J is now complete. This is the beginning of the steering rack, basically every part before we actually put it on the car. It's all put together. So as you can see with this rack setup, we are in the furthest hole forward, but what's cool about this is you can actually flip the steering rack the other direction, and it'll give you 2 more holes further forward. I don't recommend going all the way to the furthest forward hole, but you can go 1 hole further forward, and that does make a pretty big accurement change, as well as going backwards, obviously. So it does give you a little bit more option than just these 3 holes. You technically have 5, which is nice. I haven't put the bearings in because they have a tendency to fall out unless you're ready to put them in the car. So they're just chilling right there. We also have the locked servo saver, which I don't recommend at all, but it's nice to have as an option. I have my servo saver set as the manual says, which is basically 2 full turns from fully locked. As it starts to wear in, you can, lock it down a little bit more. I like to do that myself, but it is going to be a little bit harder on the servo the more you lock it down, so just keep that in mind. So the next up is going to be bag K, which is going to be basically installing the steering rack to the front end of the car, so look forward to that. And again, if you have any questions or need anything, feel free to hit us up on our social media, and we'll try to get this one out as soon as possible. Thank you.